Hello and welcome back to another FH tutorial. This one is also about a spawn class, and we have been going over the first two spawn classes, and this time it's time to check out the third one. As you can see, when you spawn you can choose from 7 different kits, and the third one is the Rifleman Kit. The icon displays the tip of the rifle with the bayonet equipped, and the rifleman is the backbone of every army in World War II. There are actually 2 types of rifleman kits, because there are bolt action rifles and there are semi-automatic rifles, and both behave differently in game, of course, because, well, the bolt action rifle fires 1 shot at a time, and then you have to cycle the bolt before you can fire the next bullet, and the semi-automatic has a block or a clip from which you can fire several bullets before you have to reload. Let's go over the kit and start out with item number 1. Item number 1 is a bayonet, and you can stab with it just like you could with the one in the recon kit. And item number 2 is the rifle, and this is a bolt action rifle. It's the Lee Enfield number 4 for the British Army. There are way too many rifles in Forgotten to name them all, but you can check them all out on the weapons page of the FH2 website, and there are even some fan-made pages listing all kinds of rifles and some videos done by fans, and so if you want to delve into that subject, then go check those out. The bolt action rifle is pretty simple. You aim down sight by right clicking, and then you can still move, but if you want to walk, it's going to be super slow. This is walking while aiming down sight, and this is walking while not aiming down sight, and you can see the difference in speed easily. Okay, so if you want to shoot, you can shoot while you're standing up. And when you have been running like this and jumping a lot, then your aim will be fucked up, as you could see here. There's a sort of a rule of thumb that when you fire your rifle after having sprinted or jumped, you have to count about 3 seconds for, well, you have to stop moving, of course. So, like this. Sprint, 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 jump, jump. 1, 2, 3. And now your aim is kind of steady again. Okay. There are different stances from which you can fire a rifle. And in Refractor 2, it's not possible to lean your weapon on a subject. You can't. The rifle is, of course, pointing over the front of this truck now, but it's not leaning on it, so you can't have it supported or something. That's just not possible in this engine. But you can fire from a standing position like this, or crouching like this, or prone like this. And of course, prone gives you the most stability and the least movability. So if you are prone and you're firing from this position, your aim will be the most accurate, more accurate than when you're crouching or standing, and it's changing gradually. So standing is the least, proning is the most, and crouching is somewhere in between. And your movability will be the lowest, and that's also changing gradually to crouching where it is more and standing where it is most. Okay, so if you get surprised by an enemy grenade when you're proning, then you're sort of fucked, so you have to move out quickly. Okay, so that's about firing the rifle. There's bullet drop in FH2, and there's also distance calculated, so you have to lead your target, which you can see nicely in the following clip. Okay, so there are some enemies there. Let's show how to lead the target. That's not really leading, but that one is walking. And I am shooting a bit behind him. In front of him, I mean, because he's walking. Oh, that one stopped just before I fired. But you can see that if you lead the target a little bit, it's pretty easy to one-shot enemies at a distance with the rifle. Keep in mind these are bots that I'm showing this with, and they are in no way comparable to real players, and Forgotten 2 is best experienced online in multiplayer. So please keep that in mind. And another lead shot. That one was not really lead. Okay. If you want to practice firing the rifle, it's a recommendation, especially for new players, to Forgotten 2, because the rifle is the most common weapon in the mod. Not only because the rifleman is the backbone of any army, but also because the rifle is a part of a lot of kits. Like you could already see, it's part of the recon kit, and it's also part of the engineer kit. And in some maps, it's 5 out of 7 kits is with a rifle. So if you want to practice, then please go to the firing range. So here we are on firing range. This is firing range 32, which is about Western Europe 1944-1945. And you can see all sort of kits just lying about here, because this is a test map. This is not supposed to be run on a server because there's no gameplay object whatsoever. You might... no, just don't. Okay, so here we go. This is where you can practice aiming and shooting at enemies at several distances. You can see that there are some dummies over here at the firing range, and they are at several distances which are shown in not too subtle signals at every 25 or 50 meters. So, for example, at 25 you aim like that, and then like that, and at 100 meters it becomes a bit harder, and when you have to aim really far away, you might not see your target anymore and actually miss it because of it. Yeah, there it went. So this is how you can practice shooting enemies at several distances, and as you might have figured out already, you have to aim a bit higher when your target is further off, never this high, but this is just to show you how to aim upwards. A shot in the torso or the head is instant death with a rifle bullet, and a shot on the limbs is not. So if you think you hit your enemy, then don't be too surprised if he still walks off. He will be bleeding though, and a second shot will certainly kill him off, or if he doesn't have any bandage or dressing anymore, he will also die because of bleeding out. There's loads more to tell about all rifles, but actually I only want to show you how a semi-automatic rifle is firing, and I'll do so in this clip. This is the most famous semi-automatic which is in Forgotten 2, the M1 Garand, and here is how it fires. You could see at the reload the block going into the weapon. This is how it is looking aiming down sights. And you also heard the famous ping sound when the last bullet is gone, ejecting the clip. This ping sound also makes it impossible in the Refractor 2 engine to reload the M1 Garand mid-clip. So don't try to do that, it's not possible. So if you are down on bullets and you think you might run into enemies, there's no other solution than just emptying your mag in a safe way and then just reload before you run into those enemies. But I'll leave any other information, extra info on rifles to the specialists, and like I said before, you can check out websites and videos that are already out there. So let's continue with the kit. It has the Mills bomb, the grenade, which works the same as in the assault kit. And the Rifleman has also a rifle grenade. And this is especially the case for the late war kits. The early war kits also have them at the moment, but they are not really historically accurate. So there might be some changes about those on the horizon. The late war kits have the rifle grenade and they are historically accurate, so they'll be part of the mod for years to come. And the rifle grenade well, it works like this. If you switch to it, you see an animation where the guy puts on a shooting cup, loads a bullet, which the bullet is supposed to fire the rifle grenade, and in game it looks like this. And it explodes on impact. This is a perfect weapon to clear out the top floor of buildings, and also to fire into small slits or holes where you think that there are enemies. It's the aiming thingy is sort of accurate. You can just use the middle one to see where the rifle grenade is going. And I actually wanted to fire through that door. So next time I'm gonna aim lower. And the rifle grenade is especially good when you can't enter a building safely, like a tower where there might be an AP mine at the bottom to prevent you from climbing up the stairs. Then you can use the rifle grenade to fire at the guy who placed that AP mine from outside, and then when you can kill him, you can just wait until the AP mine disappears, or crawl over it or something after you, in case you missed him. Okay, then there's also the Mills bomb launcher. This is not in every Rifleman kit because this is a British kit, and other than the British, not a lot of armies have this. So this is only usable on certain maps where you are playing as the British. In this kit, you use the same cup, but instead of firing a grenade which explodes on impact, you are launching a normal Mills bomb. Well, not really normal, because you might have noticed it has a big red stripe over it. But if you fire this one, it goes like this. And now the Mills bomb is inside the building, and it has a certain delay. And you might also notice that when I throw my Mills bomb here, like this, I'll throw it inside. And you saw that I had a Mills bomb for the launcher, but now it's gone. So the Mills bomb and the Mills bombs for the number 4 Mills bomb launcher are being taken from the same supply. So if you are out, you'll have to reload. Finally, we have the bandage, of course, the field dressing, which works as in all other kits. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, then please post them below. And thanks for watching, and have a nice day.